Hello all. Welcome to the course Azure Data Factory. So now in this lecture, let us try to understand what is parameters actually. So these parameters are really very important and going to help you a lot to reduce the number of pipelines actually. So let us try to understand what is parameters. So before going to say what is parameters, please like, subscribe and share the video. So now let us try to understand what is the parameter. So here uh, parameters are defined at the pipeline level, okay, and cannot be modified during the pipeline run. So you are going to have a one variable simply, that means a parameter. So that parameter is going to hold some value, whatever that value you can use wherever required, but you are not going to change that actually. That is the condition here. Of course, we are unable to change also. That is what pipeline parameters can be used to control the behavior of a pipeline and its activities. So that means whenever you are calling any pipeline, ADF pipeline, or any data set or linked service, uh, you can pass these parameters actually. Such by passing the connection details for a data set or path of a file to be a to processing. See, first of all, these parameters we can create at pipeline level, and also uh, dataset level, dataset level, and also at linked service level. Okay, in these three positions you can create parameters, linked services. Okay, so now let us try to understand how to create a parameters and how to use them actually in ADF. Okay, so for better understanding, if you have any confusion, so let me take a one simple example mathematically. For example, f of x equal to, we have x square plus 4. So this is the function actually. So that means sometimes, for example, y equal to f of, for example, I am passing 2 plus 10. See, what is this meaning? Here 2 is what actually, why 2 we have here? 2 is actually a parameter. 2 is actually a parameter. So that means this is the original definition of f, where x is the parameter. Okay, so that is what it is meaning. Now, in this f of 2, what you are going to do? This is going to replace. So that means in x position, you are going to replace with the 2. That is what 2 you pass. So that's what 2 square plus 4 plus 10. So that means wherever this you are using, there you are passing some value. Instead of this, you are going to replace that value. Same thing, parameters also you are passing with some value that may be a connection details, or that may be a path of a file which you need to process. So that let us try to understand practically in Azure Data Factory. So what we are going to do is we are going to take another container in this. So that is for example, destination files container. So we should not have capital letters and we should not have a spaces. So let us create. So yes, blob is created. Now if you see the source, you have a file emptable.csv. Now what we will do is in this, okay, I'm going to take a pipeline, new pipeline. So my target is like this. So we have a source and we have a destination. So that emp file, I want to copy from source to destination. But the file name I am not passing directly. As a parameter, I am passing actually. So if I, in the parameter, if you observe, in the pipeline, if you observe, there is a column called parameters. Here you can create any number of parameters. But the thing is, whenever you are using this pipeline, these values you need to pass. So here I'm going to take parameter name. So parameter name is file name. Okay. So by default, we are going to have a string int all these generally used data types. So you can select them accordingly. You can give default value, or you can give whenever you are trying to execute this pipeline. So for better understanding, what we will do is, let us try to take a, okay, let it be. So now let us try to take a data set. So data set which is pointing to a this particular file which is existed in blob storage. So that is what blob storage data store type, and file type is CSV. Select that, continue, and then here you give a data set name ds underscore emp blob. Now linked service is what? This one. So now what we are going to do here is, so let us try to select this container, then click OK. Now first row as header, click OK. See, now what is going to happen? Data set is created, but file name we didn't pass. So what we are doing in this level, okay, in the data set level, you can create a parameters. So pipeline level, here we created parameter. Same way, data set level, we can create a parameter. That is what file name. Okay, so let it be. Now, if you come to the connections, see here, whatever parameter I am passing, that you need to replace here. So that's what you can see. Here, if you go to the parameters part, if I select, you no need to remember any syntax. The moment you select the file name, you see dataset dot file name. So if you click OK, what is going to happen? You just observe. Whenever you call this particular data set, okay, it is going to ask you the parameter name. Whatever parameter you pass, that is going to replace. Then source file slash that file name is going to fetch. This is what dataset level parameters. Now come to the pipeline level. Now what I am doing is copying file from source to, from, as I told, from source files to destination files content this particular emp file. So in the source, I'm going to select this particular data set. So you can see the moment I select that data set, ds underscore emp blob, it is going to ask you the parameter value. See that part. See here, it is showing this one. If you observe earlier, you whenever there is no parameter for the data set, it is not going to ask you. Now, this you can make it dynamically. So if I click on dynamic content, now you can see this file name is what? This is pipeline level file name. So let me cancel it. Let me go to the parameter. Let us make it differentiate. This is pipeline level. That means PL. So now if you go once again here, dynamic content, see now file name PL. That is pipeline level parameter. See this one. Now, what is the destination? So destination, let us try to create a new data set, which is blob storage. File type is CSV. Continue. Then let us try to take same blob storage linked service, ds underscore destination blob. Okay. That means this is pointing to this particular container, destination files container. Now, file path, let us select properly destination files. That's all. Click OK. So first row has header, click OK. So now what we did, source is set up, destination is set up. But if you observe, till now, we didn't given the source file name, emp table.csv file name. You haven't mentioned anywhere. That is very important. Now what we will do, when I am trying to debug, it will ask the pipeline parameter value. So see that. See, it is asking the parameter value. Now you try to provide this particular file name. Just copy it, copy, then paste it here. So before going to click OK, you can observe that in the containers, in the destination files container, you don't have any file. But after execution completion, if you click OK, it is going to copy this particular file to this destination files container. Click OK. So now you can see in the output, it is in progress. So now it is queued. Now in progress, so it is copying the data. You can observe in the details section. So it is succeeded. So whole data it is already copied. Okay. Now go to the destination, refresh it. See, file copied to destination files container actually. So what happened here, you just try to understand in a simple manner. Okay. So you have a pipeline. You have a pipeline. So this is the pipeline. In the pipeline, you have a parameter. Okay. So to that, you passed the value. Then you have a data set internally, data set. And in the inside data set, you have a again parameter. You connected this value, how? From this actually. So whenever you are running this particular pipeline, whenever you try to run this particular pipeline, it is asking you that value. So whatever value you are passing, that is going to replace this parameter. Then this you used in the data set as a value. So now that is coming here. That is actually the path of your file or file name actually. So that particular file, it is doing whatever you defined the pipeline meaning. Okay. So this is what parameters you can use in the pipeline level or in the data set level, even in the linked service level also. So this is very, very important concept actually, parameters, because in real time, in many places you can use it. Okay. So hope it is clear what is the parameters. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe and share the video.